Good morning, salutations, and welcome to the farm. It is a beautiful day here on the farm today. This is Monday, Memorial Day, and it is the perfect day to come out and do week 2 for our garden tour to show you some changes and some growth here in the garden. A lot's been done. I've put in some new seeds, some new seedlings, some new direct sow planting, and I've added quite a few more containers. So let's see how things are looking on the farm today. So starting here in my favorite part of the garden are these beautiful Roma tomatoes. They've really taken off over the last week or two. Now I've been coming in, don't know if you can see here, we've got some blossoms on our tomato plants, and so what I've been doing is I've been coming in and I just give them a little shake, just a little bit, to kind of wake up those flowers and get some pollination going, so we can get some good fruit. Let me know in the comments below, do you do this to your tomatoes? Do you shake them up a little bit and get those flowers going? The Romas are doing just great. Now I did take 4 suckers off of the Romas, and I have those under the grow lights to see if they'll establish roots, and we'll get 4 more plants out of these. I brought this bucket in and I planted my dill, so we'll have plenty of dill for when we make our pickles this year. It is kind of a big deal. Get it? Little pun. In this raised bed here we have our Kentucky pole beans. We have some bell peppers, and they're not making their appearance yet, but I did plant some radishes in here. We have our little Sugar Rush cherry tomato. It's taking a little bit of a beating during the last rain, so we'll have to keep an eye on that and make sure we don't get any make sure we don't get any powder mold on there. And then we have, new to the garden this week, is a bucket of chives that will be coming up. Of course, we have our 3 buckets of zinnias that are doing just marvelous. Look at the growth on the zinnias. Look how pretty. They're really coming up. We've got another bucket here that we planted our cilantro. We want to have plenty of cilantro available for when all of our tomatoes and jalapenos come in, so we can make some delicious salsa. And here in our last raised garden, our big trough, we do have more peppers, and we have more of the Kentucky pole beans that will grow up and over on this beautiful cattle panel trellis. We have another Sugar Rush, little cherry tomato over here in the corner. And then I do have some more buckets that we've added here in the corner of the garden. The 3 white buckets are all just full of sunflower seeds. I want to fill this entire corner with beautiful sunflowers. And then we also have, in the 2 terracotta pots there, I planted some seeds for some hollyhocks. We'll see if we can get some first-year hollyhocks going, and if they do well, we'll plant them and hope that they'll come back next year and actually give us some blooms. Here next to our second trellis that is at the gateway out into the orchard where all of the chickens and our piggy and our little turkeys and ducks are, we've got this container here. We've got some peppers and we've got our cucumbers, and hopefully we're going to be able to get those cucumbers to just grow up and over that trellis. So I have 5 cucumbers in there right now. 2 of them were put in there last time that we had our garden tour, and I've added 3 more seedlings since then, so I want to have an overabundance of cucumbers. Here on the other side of the trellis, we've got another little raised bed here, again with the cucumbers and the peppers. In this raised wash tub here, we have our jalapenos. It does look like something's starting to eat the leaves. That's got me a little bit concerned. And I planted some marigold seeds in there, and they're starting to come up. I've got my little herb garden here. So down here we've got our chamomile. And ever since last week, look at all of the little flower buds that are starting to show up on our chamomile. Now I've got a blank spot back there in the back. I had some weeds growing in. I pulled those out. But new to the garden this week, we've got peppermint, lavender, lemon balm, and nasturtium. And those are all just direct sow. And here we have our jalapenos, again with some more marigold. And you know what I just spotted? I just spotted Senior Frog. Can you see Senior Frog back there? Hello, Senior Frog. It's our little gray tree frog. He hangs out here in the garden with us. Hopefully I don't see Stanley, which was the snake. This is my little potting stand. This is where I do all of my potting. Now when I'm done potting for the year, I will just fill this up with some bunching onions. We'll get some green onions in there. And here are my tomatillos. The tomatillos are doing beautifully. I've got some blooms on there. I don't know if they need to be shaken like tomatoes do. But see here, we've got something eating the leaves. I'm not sure what we've got going on there. But we have several blossoms. And again, I've planted more little marigolds in there to kind of fill in the pot. Here's a new pot. This is our morning glories, and I planted direct sow some buttercup squash so it will grow up and over our trellis. So we'll see if that'll add some greenery and some beauty. And here is our raised garden, our garden stock. 1, 2, 3, 4 levels. This is a 5-level garden stock, but I didn't put the 5th level on because I'm a shorty short. So I've got the 5th level in the summer kitchen back there, and I'll show you in a minute what I've done with that. But we've got our marigolds are coming in. This center tier had some chives, but they don't seem to be doing anything at the moment. We'll give them some more time. Some more marigolds and basil. Hello, baby basils. They're starting to come up. Look at that. Hello, baby basil. I'm really looking forward to this, just really filling in with a whole bunch of basil. Be great for our tomatoes when we make our sauce this year. Be dehydrating some of it. And we'll be enjoying our fresh basil on our margarita pizzas. That will be delicious. So we've got marigolds, we've got basil. Our columbine are just doing beautifully. Look at the beautiful blooms. Gorgeous. New to the garden this week is this adorable little wheelbarrow. And I've got 3 little planters here. They contain some oregano and some thyme. So that's it for what we've got in the garden. Let's go see what we've got in the summer kitchen. So here's our little salad bowl garden. We have red lettuce, we have green lettuce, we have romaine lettuce, and at the top there we've got some extra lemon balm. Now this was just planted this last week, so it's going to take a couple of weeks for it to germinate. But look here in the corner, we've got a little strawberry fighting to come back from last year. We're going to give that a chance and see if it can survive. You may remember my granddaughter came over a couple weeks ago and we planted some zinnias and marigolds in our hanging baskets, and those are starting to come in nicely. And here off the south side of the house, we have our granddaughter's pea garden as opposed to her tea garden. So we've planted some sugar snap peas that will grow up over the trellis, some morning glories, some buttercup squash, and some zucchini plants. We're hoping that they all just grow up and over that trellis so she has a really neat little place to go play when she comes over to visit. It was beautiful last year, but we're hoping for a little bit more growth this year. So that's all for week 2. Thank you for joining us here on the farm for our little garden tour. We'll come back next week and we'll show you how things are coming in. We should have some things that have come through the soil, some of our flowers, and hopefully some of our herbs will be coming up by then. So thank you for joining us here on the farm. Have a great day. Take care of yourself. Take care of each other. Have a blessed day, and we will see you next time here on the farm.